everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. This is our Beast Tamer Bard build. We are in the Secrets of Creation. I don't have high hopes for this one. What do we got going on here? This is a lot. Like, this is almost to the point to where I'm like, do I need to, like, I need to get some shit and write some shit down? Because, like, what does this even mean? What? What? How does this translate? What the fuck? Full, 1/3, 2/3. So there's no empties. Empty is not a thing. Right? So everything is either going to be full, 2/3, or 1/3. Okay. What does that mean? Secrets of Creation. The Heart of Mystery. No information. Okay. What do we got? We've got 4, 4, and 4. All right. Okay, so in theory, Z Dragon, right? Dragon Z. Dragon Z, right? So we know this is Z. We know this is Dragon. And in theory, that means all of this is Dragon, right? So let's say that that is a full. Because that is a full dragon. Right? Does that make sense? Okay, so we know this is a Z. We know this is also a Z, right? However, and this is the thing, depending on how they fucking do this, this could be a Z, right? If it's anything in this is any 3 of these, or it could be an ordered push, and this could be a 2/3. Let's see if we can find any other guaranteed Z's. Let's go up in this little corner. Right, so this one, right, and this one, this has to be, what does it have to be? Not in theory. Right, like, well, again, if depending on if it's ordered or if it's randomized, this could be a full Z. Right? Like, that's how that works, isn't it? Same for this. Z and H. Well, so this has to be H because there is no Z on this line, right? So now that does show us that it doesn't have to be ordered, right? Because this Z and H has to go here, right? But there is no Z. Yeah. I need to change that. That's not an H. That's a pound. So this Z and this pound do not match anything here, which actually means that this doesn't work, right? Like, what? Huh? I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. I'm absolutely gonna lose it. Also, that doesn't work here. How the fuck did I just come to this conclusion? Get this fucking thing out. I hate my life. Thought I was onto something. I'm clearly not onto anything. On drugs is what I'm on. Well, that doesn't fucking work then. Like, that literally cannot work in that way. Right? Because neither of these match with either of these. I want a clearer guide on where I'm supposed to start. That's what I want. Clearer indication of what the goal is. It feels like I need a piece of paper. Let's do some writing. Seriously? Is this how we're gonna do this? How we're gonna do this? Hi, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's 7 by 7. I don't know why my plan was to make the smallest fucking box I could with this whole fucking thing as a plan. This pen's not especially good. Also, who the fuck does puzzles and pen? Not using that pen anymore. That pen's garbage. Alright, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's use... Okay, so that's what they look like. We have full blue, 2 blue, and 1 blue. The head is always still blue. I feel like that's ultimately going to matter. This pen is also not very good. Okay, so what's my plan here? To Dragon and Z. We got B and Z. We got E and Hound. Ah! And we got Dragon and D. And then we got Dragon and we've got Z, 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 D, Z, H, H, D. We've got E, E. We've got B, Z. We've got Hound, Z, Hound, and then D. We've got D, H. We got D, Hound. We got D. This is fucking wild. Oh, God. Okay, so looking for patterns. We don't have the same amount of characters in every single line, right? This one has 4, this one has 1, this one has 3, this one has 2, this one has 3, this one has 1, this one has 4. So, that doesn't establish anything. We do see the kind of, like, quintessential, things being kind of, like, connected, right, in theory, right? Like, D, 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 D across the board, Z, 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 H, H at the top, right? Like that type of situation. So that is interesting. Curious as to what the proper orientation is supposed to be, but it's whatever. Does the hand rotate? See, the hand rotates, so the hand is always oriented upwards, so it doesn't give you a signifier. This, by the way, is what I'm working with. Beautiful. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Okay. Okay. Easy. A lot of this feels very, like I don't know where I'm supposed to start. God. Dermot. It can only be Z. Right? How does that work? Okay, so where I am standing, right? Like right where I'm standing. How does this work, right? We've got a Z. If we orient like this, right? And this is now how we're facing. This is our top. We have a Z in column 2. It is the only thing in column 2, right? So in theory, by the rules of what we have done in the past, it could be the only thing in column 2. But that doesn't make sense because, right, there's no Z here. There's a Z here. There's a Z there. There's no Z here, right? But I think only this one matters because this one, you know, is actually open. And then when we get down to the bottom, column or row 6 has no Z either. Where we're standing is at this juncture where it's a Z all the way down, in theory, and then dragon and pound on this axis, right? Which just doesn't work. And I'm looking at this, and that's on repeat over and over and over again here, right? Like, oh. That won't work. That won't work. Okay, so that means that the way that I'm thinking about it has to be inaccurate, right? Like, this isn't a scenario where it's you follow it down and it's supposed to be there, right? So what are we influencing? How else is this shit being influenced, right? Like, I don't fucking know. How many are there? There's... There are 5 of them. DZVH pound. Accurate. Okay, well that doesn't work into divisions of 3. So that's Not a thing. I just feel like I need a place to start. Sadness. Hero. I just feel like I need a place to start. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can look up hints to the heart of mystery. Heart of mystery. Nope, hate it. Absolutely fucking hate it. Yeah, this is when I swear, like whenever you start looking up hints for puzzles, when they start to get incredibly complex jargon, it starts to become what? So, part of what I'm hearing is that the solution to the puzzle comes from Ninio's personal quest, where you learn that the symbols on the plates are actually numbers. So I think that goes back to the arrow scenario, if I'm remembering correctly. And I have zero fucking interest in that. I have zero interest in writing down a bunch of numbers from these symbols within Enigma and then translating them over into this Secrets of Creation puzzle. So I don't care anymore. That has kind of taken the fun out of this puzzle form. I get that it's this kind of like thrown thing that you do over the course of the whole game, but that's not how I really played the game. Um, and it's frustrating that it's so obtuse. Everything about it, not everything, a lot of what was happening in Enigma was already very obtuse. So I'm not surprised that this is tied to that con. Um, blah 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 blah. They have the solution oriented this way. So I'm gonna summate what I have kind of seen. And that is that each of these symbols is tied to a number in Ninio's quest in Enigma, I believe. Right? So what you're trying to do is you're trying to come to a solution based off of the total numbering of the systems. This is or symbols. This is an incredibly obtuse thing, and apparently, looking at it and looking at comments, even if you know what's going on, not all of the things match up, right? And the empty spaces don't match up, so I don't care. We are gonna do a 2/3 there. We're gonna do a 1/3 here. We're gonna do a full here. We're gonna do a 1/3 here. Also, there's no flipping them. They just go in exactly the proper direction. This one is a 2/3. This one is a full. This one is a full. This one is a 1/3. Nope, sorry. 2/3. This one is a 1/3. This one is a 2/3. I was clicked on the wrong thing. 2/3. This one is a 1/3. So. Even after knowing what I'm supposed to know here, I'm just like, what? It probably makes more sense if I look up the numbers combined. Right? Like... Yeah. So, looking at the numbers real quick. Apparently, Dragon is a 1. This is a 2. I mean, it looks kind of like a 2. So. This is a 3. This is a 4. And this is a 5. So I guess it's like the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So what you do... What do you do? Even knowing that, I'm still like, okay. Yeah. Okay, so if we look at it, right, like, oh, weird. And it doesn't count the outsides. How would we have known that? What? Okay. This is wild to me. Take a look at this image. This image is going to show, right, the numbers associated with each of these. And I've already called them out, right? Like Dragon is a 1, Z is a 2, the V is a 3, the Pound is a 4, and the H is a 5, right? But what this image actually shows, and this is wild, is that this puzzle doesn't give a fuck about the outer symbols. It only cares about the inner symbols. So, for example, this dragon is a 1 and this Z is a 2, those added together mean that there are 3 blue pips on this fucking line, right? This one, right, is a 4 and a 3, but you don't care about any of the outers, so you ignore the 4, and that means there's nothing on the other side. So there are 1, 2, 3 pips in the blue on this side. And you're supposed to add up all of the totals that you need and then use those totals, understanding how many blue pips you need in each row and column. And then you can go about going, okay, well, I need this here because it has to fill, right? That is so incredibly obtuse and so incredibly wild. And again, it's one of those scenarios of like, if I had been told at the beginning, right, what the objective is, then it would have been a fun puzzle for me to suss out and write out all these totals and be like, okay, well, if I need this one to be here, then I can do this one here. It's kind of like some of the easier puzzles in Enigma, right? Like, those were fun. The matching puzzles or some of the, like, the sorting puzzles, those were fun, right? Like, which ones were... It was the... Shit, which one was that? It was the... It was the one where you can't have too many in a line, right? Like the no more than 3 in a line. That one was fun. It was difficult, but it was fun, right? This is in that same nature, right? Like, if they had told you... One, I don't understand why they're f***ing with the player and why there's this second half that doesn't matter. I wonder if there's some way in which you're supposed to suss out that the second half doesn't matter. Like, these back tiles, like, only what's touching the board matters. None of these back tiles matter. How are you supposed to figure that out? How are you supposed to know that? Like, that seems wild to me. You figured the fractional containers would be used to mix the solution, not correspond to tile, right? Like... I thought that as well, but nope. Nope. This is a wild situation. Again, it would have actually been a fun, interesting puzzle to me if someone had told me, hey, these symbols correspond to numbers, and the numbers are how many blue pips you need in a row and column, right? Because it still would have taken time to figure out, because then you've got to do all the math, and then you've got to be like, well, I need 3 in this fucking column, right? But where did the 3 go, right? Does one go here? Does one go here? Does one go here? Does one go here? Right? Because there's 4 options, so you still have to do process of elimination and figure out the scenario. And that would have been a fun little puzzle. I don't like... It's a puzzle, but I don't like the concept of having to keep track of a numerical value from one symbol, dungeon to dungeon. I didn't want to backtrack and do the numerical value in the Enigma itself, right? Like, I didn't go back and look that up because I was like, or go back and find that because I was like, I don't want to go backtrack through the dungeon and look where every single one of these, how many times these showed up, so that I can count them and put a number to... That seems incredibly inane and boring, right? And it was. So, 1, I don't like that. But then 2, again, even if you had that information and you came all the way here, how the f*** were you supposed to find out that the other tiles do not matter, right? That only the tiles touching the puzzle matter. All right, I've bellyached about this enough. I think this is bad puzzle design, right? Like, the inherent nature of the puzzles themselves is cool, right? Like, it's mixing and matching and figuring out the pattern and adding up your numbers, etc., etc. But it's gated by this need to track the numbers from a different dungeon, and it's gated by this kludgy kind of like scenario of like, one, they don't give you any real information of what you're trying to achieve, and they lead you astray, right? Like, there are red herrings intentionally thrown into the scenario. And again, probably someone's going to be like, actually, blah, 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 these weren't red herrings. You're incorrect. Fuck me, I guess. Right? Like, this feels like bad puzzle design. We've done it. We've done it. All right. I bellyached. We did the thing. Let's save. I'm sad now because I did this whole thing and I was like, this would be. I hope that this leads to something. It led to nothing. Led to nothing, Otis. I feel like they were too obtuse with what they tried to do with the Enigma Ereshkigal stuff. And I'm assuming this is, I mean, it's related, right? So this has got to be more Ereshkigal stuff, I suppose. Well, I mean, it's giving us a loading screen from Enigma. Oh god, are we going back to Enigma? Oh, no. Oy, no. That surely looks like Enigma. Oh boy.
Can't make the demons wait.
There's a Ereshkigal. God. No, I hate it. One most worthy, you are late. The Sphinx's voice is tranquil and unchanging. Her masked gaze stares out indifferently somewhere above your head. We have been waiting for you for a long time, but the age of the Earthfall has ended, and along with it, our patience. The secrets of a creation will remain unknown. Lead. I get here and you're gonna be impatient with me? Gotcha. Who are you? What's going on here? Who is here? You are not the one most worthy. You are not the one for whom we've waited. How dare you intrude into our lair and try to discover our secrets? What are you waiting for? We are waiting for the one who is most worthy, the one who will solve the puzzles, the one who refused to follow their kin, the one who survived the Earthfall, the one to whom we will give our mask and name as our avatar. The storyteller is, wow, not for you. You don't seem to see me, are you blind? The Sphinx remains silent for a while as if pondering her answer. We've been waiting here for far too long. We have fallen into disrepair. So this is like, this can't be actual Ereshkigal. Who are you? We are the will of great Ereshkigal, the demon lord, the faceless Sphinx, the mistress of the Enigma. We are a projection of her will. We are the gatekeeper, entrusted with opening the door to eternity for the one who is most worthy. You thought it might be Nenio? I don't think Nenio is a bad idea, but I think it's storyteller because of the whole Earthfall, the one who left his kin, etc., etc., because that's basically his story. Oh, because we've already... Okay, so this seems... I was going to say, this seems so out of order because we've already encountered Ereshkigal in Enigma, fought her and taken her mask of nothing, right? So now going up against an avatar of Ereshkigal seems kind of like out of order. We could bluff. I mean, let's go with the mask of nothing. I too am a conduit for Ereshkigal's will. She orders you to leave your post. The Sphinx turns her head and gazes so intently at your mask, it's as if she can actually see it. The silence drags on. Wait some more. Wait a little bit more. It is Ereshkigal's orders to wait for the one most worthy. It is Ereshkigal's orders to leave our post. How can we wait for the one most worthy if we leave our post? How can we leave our post while waiting for the one most worthy? How can we obey and disobey orders at the same time? Broken. And here I was hoping it would tell me the mysteries of the universe. Well, what's done is done. Looks like I'll have to unravel them on my own. The Sphinx silently disappears before your eyes as if she was never there. Okay. Hey, it's that guy. You look at the ghost expectantly, but he is silent and motionless. He seems stunned, unable to comprehend what has happened. Then suddenly the ghost springs into action. With one swift movement, he grabs the mask and rips it off his face. I wonder, I'm gonna make a prediction. Only purely based off of the storyteller thing. I wonder if this guy is... Well, no, didn't he just die to Discari? What if this guy is storyteller's friend? The friend that he lost in the abyss. The one that kind of, like, left him. Maybe not. This is the first time you've seen the ghost's face. He looks pale and haggard, but his dark eyes burn with stubbornness and strength. I've been imprisoned by that cursed Sphinx for thousands of years, but now I'm finally free. And that also that timeline was once a thief. I mean, that... Although I've been dead for thousands of years, I don't know. Maybe. There will be no more encounters with wandering travelers. I will never again have to lure them into a trap with the promise of great mysteries. I must reward you for my freedom, adventurer. Although I've been dead for thousands of years, I was once a thief, and a good thief always has some loot stashed away. Take this as a token of my gratitude, the mask of the most worthy. You did not gain access to the secrets of creation, but you have given me the gift of freedom. I was once known as Kenny the Stubborn, Thief of Secrets. Thank you for releasing me from my imprisonment. It's the storyteller's best friend. Or lover? I don't remember, right? Like, I think they were more than friends. Or either they were more than friends, or they were such, like, incredibly close friends that it was, like, a close thing, maybe. You're Kenny the thief. Kenny? I don't know. You're the one who escaped the enslavement of the Cyclops and hid from them in the abyss. The elf called the storyteller told me about you. Said you were his friend. Storyteller. I do not know anyone who goes by that name, but the ghost falls silent, lost in thought. I believe I know the person you are talking about. He turns his face away, overcome with emotion. My friend, the one I betrayed. Can it be that he still lives? If what you say is true, I am sad that we will not have the chance to meet. My time in the material plane is coming to an end. I can feel my life slipping away. Yeah, your friend is alive. Is there anything you would like me to tell him? Anything I want to tell him. The ghost considers this for a while. What is there to say? That I regret what I did to him, even though I'd do it again. That I'd never had a better friend. The ghost shakes his head, then adds quietly, tell him that in all my life, I never had anything more delicious than the spiced mulled wine we used to drink together in his tower. What will happen to you now? Who knows? I've been the prisoner of a horrible demon lord for thousands of years. Will I join the River of Souls like everyone else? Will I stand trial before Pharasma? If I do stand trial, where will I be sent? I do not know the answer to any of these questions, but it doesn't really matter. Whatever happens, it cannot be worse than what I've already suffered. Now that you're no longer bound by the spell, can you tell me why you were captured? What purpose did you serve in Aresh Kagal's plan? Aresh Kagal forced me to play this game of questions and answers with travelers, but she never told me the reason for my imprisonment. I can only tell you my theory. I think that all of this, the riddles, the talking ghosts that appear in the strategic locations, was designed to whet the curiosity of those who reach for the unknown. In other words, it was bait, and the bait was meant to lure them here. But Aresh Kagal's avatar talked about the one who was most worthy, and the verbiage that it used seemed to imply the storyteller. So obviously that's why Kinney was forced into this position, right? Was to bait the storyteller. The ghost falls silent, then says in a low voice it is possible that she had another goal in mind. The faceless sphinx finds pleasure in subduing powerful seekers of knowledge, and my friend, the one you call the storyteller, was a powerful archmage unlike any other. Perhaps Ereshkigal believed that he would enter the heart of mystery to save me. Should the promise of great knowledge fail to sway him, I would be the perfect bait to lure him into the trap. If that was her plan, things didn't go the way she hoped. Even the most cunning demon lords make mistakes. Man, that's fucked off. Your freedom awaits. Farewell. Farewell to you too, adventurer, and thank you. Yo, that's a satisfying conclusion to that kind of like little story thread. It's just unfortunate that it's tied behind a stubborn, off kind of like obtuse ass puzzle. Honestly, because like that was cool. That was a fun interaction. I enjoyed that. Newest to oldest. We've got the Mask of the Most Worthy info. What the fuck is this slab with the red symbol? What is that? What is that? Yeah, we got our 2 greens right there, right? What is this fucking red? I'm gonna lose my mind if we. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna see that there was like a thing that I fucking missed, aren't I? This cursed mask grants its wearer a plus 20 insight bonus on all saving throws, DR 5, fast healing 2, and a 10 insight bonus on concentration checks. This mask doesn't work against Ereshkigal's followers, and its wearer suffers a -6 penalty on all saves and AC while in Ereshkigal's domain. Unequipping this mask is only possible after casting a remove curse spell on the wearer, passing a DC 21 caster level check. Yeah, that's fucking... Yeah, seems pretty strong. Pretty strong. We are just in the Enigma. We're just in the Enigma. That's absolutely... Yep, 100%. We're just in the Enigma. Hey, cool. Hey, I like this puzzle either, because this one was also a fucking random obtuse piece of shit. I'm so, like, salty. I'm so salty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm salty. We're gonna go check real quick on that other chamber. Because I want to see why I have a slab still in my fucking inventory. Why do I still have a red slab in my inventory? What happened there? Like, I didn't... I mean, I say I didn't miss anything, but maybe I did miss something. Maybe I missed a piece that would have made the whole fucking puzzle make more sense. I don't think that's going to be the case because the shit was out of order, you know? You're out of order.
Let's see what we can do.
You call? Each step is a new journey.
fucking random. How fucking random. Lone symbol on the stone looks worn out. The edges of the slab are rough as if unfinished, and yet this slab clearly has some kind of practical use. Does it? Does it have some kind of practical use?
I enjoy our
Am I
travels.
losing my fucking mind? Okay.
Here we go.
Don't care anymore. Nope. Nope, we're leaving. We're leaving. We're out. That's going to be it for this video. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around. We are going to keep playing. I think we're going to head to Arushale's laboratory next, just to see if maybe that's a loose end. But that is going to be the end of this video. We'll see you next time. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.